94.7 Asempa FM, Suni all talk all day. Ekosiisen dwumadie no asugu so a utie na yɛtoa so de yɛn dwumadie no abrɛ mu sɛ dem de kan Sammy Gyamfi abekansa National Communications Officer of the NDC. And the same reno yɛbɛhyɛ aseɛ no afei yɛde yɛn nkɔmmɔ no ahyehyɛ so. Sammy akɔ aba bio nti the mood currently in the nation what's happening on social media. Obesha Ghana Fubinom who are not really happy about how our new mayor in our country and launch a hashtag fix Ghana now. Ibiaka said it has been politicized and the opposition is trying to take advantage of Sanyo Man.
How has it been politicized? And quite ben so and opposition is seeking to take advantage of it. How?
You've not heard those criticisms?
No, but you see, what is important is that the nipane kano e wunyina so ana eninyina so. So eni e wunyina so ana ye di hu nkomo. Ni ya dwen ho, ya bobo ho. Eninyina so a eni se ye bosumpo. E wose ye twetwe ne baabi. Because media me hu ade a NDC ni bia ya e kire se NDC ni bi pese o take advantage of movement bia ekoso. I'm the National Communications Officer. You've not seen me tweet about fix the country. I'm not sure you've seen any officer of the party do so. Of course, NDC for so on NDC for so are going through the very problems Ghana for you go through a enunti bibre kasa. So enye me nwanwa say immabunu any nipa use social media handles to demand for a better Ghana. Demand say problems are ye come as a minor. A bino be shene we see ya yin ye. Na dia ho to nyuma ni mpuntu aba no. Enye me nwanwa say NDC fo bi wo. Saa so na enye me nwanwa say MPP fo bi wo. Enye me nwanwa say omumpo a omon no party bia so be yeden ebe wo. Say wa ko social media na wa hwe the people talking. I think you will appreciate this fact. Say those who are voicing out their concerns, their grievances, speaking up, these are not politicians like Sammy Gyamfi. These are not people who are politically inclined. These are people like Yentekra say omo kan amanyo sem da ewo o my Ghana mu. Enti yemfa nidie ni obuo ma wo mo. So na yenya say asem bia no ye pese ye di NDC MPP for mu. Na asem pa na da ho no ye gya no eno to ho. Na fe de ye koka asem foforo. Ghana is not made up of just NDC and MPP people. So let's look at the bigger picture. And even if there are NDC people or MPP people involved, we should encourage them to speak up. They are also citizens of Ghana. What I said, the challenges, problems are here communal. Obi die different, and Sammy Gyamfi die different. So to the major say. So yen hu ni sa sometimes ebeye an insult. Ebeye atem didie. Emma Ghana for ebia omo ani nyi bibi hu omo ka omo adwen. When you hear some of these so-called criticisms, omo ye NDC for na show mochi. I mean, on what basis? Omo tweety, omo ye all these posts. Some of them, the names they are using, So how then do you reduce everybody to a member of a political party?
Is it not because maybe your more interest and your interest align?
No, naturally say. In someone, NDC as a political party through its spokespersons. Aka na yegusu kano. Ghanaians are really going through those issues. And it doesn't necessarily mean say members of the NDC or sympathy. I have even seen some of them equally criticizing the NDC. I know the and you are more case NDC for seeking to take advantage of that. For that's Freddie Billy, MPP national chairman. And on the never can ye people daily guide and Nimu front page say. Sa omo kasa about say Ghana nyema nkoye nyema I say into the country should be fixed. Also, we NDC for. You see, it should let you know, say, MPP for, or Mumpenyu for, a buy otisui, or Munio Boo Krama Ghana for.
Asempa FM.
ahomaso na ewo mumu no is part of the reason why Ghana will be away. Because your citizens, young men and women, are complaining about problems confronting them. Ubenya ho brasie bi na waka asem bi ebeto makoma so no. National chairman mu oba abonti aso mo NDC for. So what? What? And some no mo kan enya no kra na. And even on what basis are you branding them as NDC? When some of them are even taking issues with the NDC, rightly or wrongly so. So the truth of the matter is, the Ekosiisen social media, no, it is an organic, spontaneous movement by Ghanaians, especially the youth from all walks of life, from diverse social, political, religious, and ethnic backgrounds. Enye NDC for na ekasa say enye mankoyi, so the country should be fixed. And you know that. And enye CPP for the enye Ghana for mabunu bebre omo say the ahokyere no adoso. Enye ma aginsemu o Ghana no adoso. Ye ho mete. Ye si apene ye bre enye mankoyi. Omo na ekasa yemfa obuo ni die ma wo mo. Yentie wo mo. Na ye won hyehye ye pa bia ye betumi aya afa de omo ka no a ye nye na ye nya dwan ya hantan kasa na obi ka de ha na ye se o ye NDC ni o ye se ye ne sa emwa you see obi we are not in ordinary times. Oh me bana meti honorable Afenyo Maken, deputy
majority leader. I'm say he's living in a different world. Really? I'm say emra ye womu as omai no. Any baby aye dru no. Omumu bi they don't really appreciate it. Because o appreciate an ko metra anka de o kan. Ghana fo sunyema sei. Adwuma sem wa ye den. Ye nya nsupa nom, ye nya nkenia. Ye kodwomu a omo ton ne se wo ton a ye nto. Wo firi a ye ntua. Omo koto so se sika ni omu botom. Odon sa show botom wensi bibia so. Adwuma ho asem ato ape wo Ghana ha. People are speaking about these issues. Obetana ati asem bia hoka. Omampenye kufu ado aye wasolve wa ye bibia for youth unemployment on e dey one district one factory. Look at this joke. How is it a joke?
This clearly typifies a group of people. They don't even appreciate the magnitude of the problem we are talking about. Wakofa budget aba. No chose budget no. Aban ayen hyehyeye se obema maslok 20-something billion. Obema we when the case say Canada. Honorable Afenyo Maken budget. Me ye sure sort ase pa. Budget there projections. Aban ne say semensaka sika me di sika dodo be den ebe say those are allocations based on revenue projections. Sika na ho. And the truth of the matter is that there will not be any money for that.
Why do you say so?
Because already the year 2021, aban sika dodo a wobeje ebeba ni nsem. The oye adwuma se ebeba ni nsem. Total revenue projection. Aban hwehwe se we na sika mepe ebi ye to ebi ye bosia ebi ye sika ye benya from oil, gold, cocoa. Oka ni nyina bom na aban se ohwehwe 72 billion.
Yes.
Ghana cedis. Na sa 72 billion no. Ojia Ghana ka ye de ye 291 billion Ghana cedis no. Ehunsi hu kwa obekwa kotua no 35 billion. For the year 2021. No we are abanjuma ye fo a obetua omoka no. And also so ye more than 30 billion. Enti sika enya man nsem o, but all hwehwe say beba nsem a ni nyina ukabo mu a from gold, oil, taxes, borrowings and everything. Ebe 72 billion no. Emu 90% se nsaka sika ni nyina emu 90% o de be ye nyema mienu pe. E ka Ghana de ehunsi ho ene aban adwuma yefo ketua. Enti sika ye de be kwa kwato district assembly common fund mu. Sika ye de be kwa kwato get fund mu. Sika ya debe kwa to road fund any other statutory funds. Sika ya debe ya kwan. Sika ya debe mag ministries ne government agencies nyina no. Aban ni baby ebe free about 2021. I just say okwabobosia. So you don't go and take a budget when Ghanaians are complaining about real problems confronting them. No one better say, "Oh, Omanpenye Kufuado ye bibi afa mobre ho." Watcha sika won a budget mu 20 million or the commerce lock akwa informal sector. It means you either don't understand what you are talking about, or you want to insult the intelligence of the people.
But for everything government would want to do, or something more budget. No?
But where is the money, Masa? Wo ye abanye dwuma ana wo ye dwuma wa Sempa FM mudin de Philip Osebunsu bo so me yetua oka 10,000 Ghana cedis o de ka be se 100,000 cedis a bo so me bia no nsihu a wutua ye 5% eno nko an no o ka nko an nsihu ye 5,000 wakatua na ye 10,000 be o ka nsihu nko an interest on your debt e 5,000 obi utie me. And one unchain, who was small business be house made name my phobia will fear with your boca. Almost work at you 4,000. And to Ubeji work at you 10,000 no Bosumino. A moon 9,000 quakutia oka hunsi when ya cano can hunsi home anyway do my worker. Was the Macra may yet say your budget into my quiet budget a mamma yet say or per bone straighter meto biamano and no ya $2,000. Ope Christian Dior baga meto biamano. Baku ya be reverence backing meboa. Sa bag na the board in the hems meto bia. Wakwa yes and na waba betina oyire nim say budget amayama. Na budget na wa ya hems bag wom bone straight wom no. Wo di sika be na ekoto. O sika na sadada. Oka wo de na hunsi hu ni wadwuma yefo akatu anko adi awie. So they should stop this. Listen. The entire me say we are not in ordinary times and they say problems are facing Ghana for neno. Mean we are ni so. Na yan hwe here on my way better than yamanfo if those problems are not solved. Problems and some problems me be kan ho asema kire. Eye problems are a leadership the creation of bad leaders. Eye yem penyimfo aye wo as on mine no omo de say problems that we so. Because omo hyehyɛ ya omo de ye adwuma no. Enye hyehyɛ ya e dia hotoba eboa ma nnwuma ti minyini ye kese etse ye house e de nnwuma ba eboa nkwankwa nnwuma da bi rather no enye hyehyɛ ya egu nnwuma nhyehyɛ ya e dia ho kyere ba nhyehyɛ ya emfa mpuntuo ma. Those are the policies our leaders, specifically Omampenyi Nana Dankwa William Akufo-Addo ene na bedi akiri Alhaji Dr. Bawumia e de ye adwuma. Those two people are problems. Aden obi yemfa de ba nansi en kran start. Yete wa na yese yare bia ba wi ase COVID-19. E bia ba Ghana by March 2020. E ba Ghana e be ye kese e medru ba bi mpo no. Aban eye partial lockdown. E won kran Kumase Kasoa ene ne mpatamu eboa.
Yes.
Sadie we affect wiase amama nyina. Inti ya dia ho kire aba amaman bibiri mu. Ono abo afenyo make ni MPP bi fo aka aho kire wo ba bia ye no kre. Because COVID inti no nipa bibiri nnwuma ye den aba fom. Bibiri mpo aluzu obunwuma bibiri betira hyehye. It is true. But the most important thing is say there na amaya omo battle the negative impact of COVID-19 omo aban ni omo mpanyufo aye. Koko d'Ivoire, Rwanda kwa amaya etwa ye ho ahia. De abaya ewo ho nyina ye amampanyufo ewo ho nyina ye ne se omo tete nyema so. Omo boa ankrankra nnwuma. Omo tete eto so. Se ne be ya amanfo nnwuma bekoso. Omo oman ni sikasem be pagya biem. Se ne be ya there will be growth. And through that there can be sustainable revenue mobilization. Or maybe I try say, or better 10 years so na man for one all responsible governments and presidents are providing relief to their people. In other advanced countries, they are even giving out cash to citizens.
That has not happened in Ghana?
No. What do you make kaba? Then Nansenya yakotoa ba. Omampenye Kufuado si ampa. Ghana for minimum se mo ho kire mo. COVID inti modwuma agu. Enti Ghana for bi no mu Ghana Water Company nsuo. muntua water bill. Mo amu use ECG in Kenya, muntua light bill. For boso me kakra. Because I see one who hear meboa. Afi ye koto aba man no pet no rene ya. At a time where COVID nin and we are still battling with the negative impact of the crisis. Bibian society. Ghana for tibia ye womu no. Nsise bia anye den. Emaye. E ya bato ni akoto keke. Ena wabudozu way through. Eno dey another topic. Ena wababe yo mampeni. Afi die. O se me de to mako nson aba muntua ni nyina prekope. Eto mako nson 7 taxes. Was made the COVID health recovery levy about 1% on national health insurance levy. Uni Ghana dia obeto biano. Indirect taxes e gusu Ghana ni bietua akra penyimu obietua NHIL. 2.5%. O man penyo kufu ado se watum ko 3.5. Anso hwa o se VAT flat rate of 3% no. Or the COVID levy no asanso atu so biem. So tro mienu double jeopardy. Another indirect regressive tax. Why 4% instead of 3%? Owie ye no. O say energy sector levies President Mahama na de baye. Se samre na ka wo ye energy sector inti yentua to kakra wo petrol ne fan wo ayeto so na ban fan class aka no. Jo Mahama ye hye sen ki betua no fie numpe. O man penya kufu ado first 4 years no. Already over position no waka se Jo Mahama timu adinti no de sa to na ba energy sector levies no. Obi ukai. It is no bar obeying obetwa sa to ni mu. He described the ESLA as a nuisance tax and promised to scrap it. First 4 years, while nini boshe so, rather no, a 2 car sen ko betwa bu no otumu 22%. Etiafo ntie mi ye pa. 22% ESLA ngwa. E no san so di kosia wo wakoje bosia. Enu nti no eto anka Jo Mahama ye nhyehyɛ sɛ nka Ghana fo ntua ne mfie numpe no sɛ ye betua no mfie edunum 15 years. Wabas part 2 year ye free sɛ oba be ye hu bibia wo sɛ no so no matum me the 20 pesos ato every liter of petrol and diesel so esla. Uwe ya wo sɛ bibi the boiler tax, sanitation and pollution tax and also Ghana fo muntua prekope. Uwe ya wo sɛ ye free bibi financial sector cleanup levy banks nyina mu po se mu gije musika nyina wi ansana mu betua mo tax no we 5% tax before profit ansakwa na obete wonfa so no tua 5%. All these taxes at a goal in a year. Ghana for still we are confronted with the negative impact of COVID on our businesses and livelihoods. Masa die we on my be mu na bia see in the world today catch me. Whether in Africa, in Asia, where in the world have you seen any government introducing this draconian tax measures at a goal in this period, in these hard times? And then there was say, Omampenya Kufuado, Onyano Kwafo. Omampenya Kufuado, only Timama Ghana for. That is the issue, and that is why people are complaining. We are talking about a president. Obe prekonya in 2016. Obe pe to me. Yese abuan fidie na chi abuan na nisunku. Ejano so anisunku. O say taxation etwa ye de egu Ghana for so edoso dodo. Dr. Bawumia can joy. Eno a Kojo Youngson morning show host obo ye joy news. Say Jo Mahama de to bebre egu Ghana for so. Ha Ghana sikasem na enunti no emma economic growth bi anya den emma nti de Jo Mahama ya ne so de to na egu Ghana for so onima mamuo yampam no mampanya kufu ado ba ono Dr. Bawumia omo the tax incentives na be grow the economy omo hyebo mpo se yanto aba ma omo no omo ba omo de omo mfa eto megu ye so omo be move ye from taxation to production through tax incentives. It just a two yetu no mo betete so ama ye wan hen na businesses a two mutua no ba form a mo betime produce more and no be bra abansika. These are the group of people we are talking about. So if today in these difficult times COVID that's wo Ghana 40 dia ye won bibia nsesan na wo de to bebrebe we to polypolin so road fund levy mpo ka ho na se Ghana fo ntua ne preko pa Obi die na de beba. Enya ho kire ne abenedie. This is a no-brainer. This is not rocket science. And even before you come in, what has this created? Say petrol, any diesel. Send to Moon the 2 cedis 93 pesos they buy. 2 cedis 93 pesos. Do the mass and see the effect that ebenya on car owners and the drivers also. Obi, LPG gas yatum. Why would they have fried rice? Why would they be beer? You are now going to feel it because of these taxes.
On Asempa FM.
Say, I drive for us your mobile beto transport first, mumeboa. Already, they are complaining that spare parts and walk or so. Now, say, on your mind, complaining about spare parts and mumeboa. And the transport boys are so bad because through transport fares are so bad because through boom. And what that means is that adia ye de fa car a ton organ be abo ne baby pija. Sana fool let's hear a cascading or a ripple effect on the prices of every good or product on the market. And yan tumunu crown na ye when tumunu kakraka. Almost 3 Ghana cities. Telecommunication companies will say, hey, yanya yawo yati ye baby o mampenye kufuado nimse COVID aba. Only timentino watoto tuom. Enti yanso ye ba betoto call and data charges mu. Enti MTN for a statement beboa. And I believe other telcos. Say bosumu we mu kono. Sika omo be jew for calls and data ye betum. Obi already kwa bra ye bre me enkane. Na me ye bundle 10 Ghana cedis am use 1 week. And then me ye bundle 50 Ghana 3 days. Na san e Ghana say you same boot.
Enkane no how many years ago?
I'm talking about just 3-4 years ago.
10 cities.
Yes.
Bundle, 1 week.
Yes. What's a Jackson Crable Nitinku? Master say bundle no to Ekosiisen. And those listening to me, they know. And yeah, no Obi. Share building materials. And that is why I understand in Mabunwa or more kasa on social media that this country is broken and it should be fixed. Right? Or Babunu be any pebia we see Swagana where ye coach muno. Or Brane say, Ubesisu no when ye juma na waware no wawon no why they we see die. And everybody aspire to own a house. And that dance ye nyema ye disi die who bought say. Obi, John Mahame Fra Kunyazo 2016. Iron rods 16 mm. One packet near ton 2,800. You can check. Iron rod 16 mm no near ton 2,800 and then 5,300. Cement I disi die. John Mahama breast averagely now kita 30 Ghana cedis away 50 kilogram one bag. And then you're saying 50 Ghana cedis, baby 52, baby 53. Me boa kasa me boa. And then me check roofing sheet. Roofing sheet, the simple aluminium roofing sheet packets. Eshemu 20. John Mahama breast on near tono 520 Ghana cedis. And then 1,003. More than 100% increment. Oh your babu na wutie me. Na wako university wako poly we. They say Jackson or ye juma was Sampa FM ha. Oh, how many years now would be save now? What in the 3-bedroom house?
There is an
in this economy
to that, specifically on building material. This is what the vice president says. Can we answer back to me question? And I'm saying, I say, we are 4 months into our 4-year mandate. The job of government is to fix problems. This is what we've been doing since 2017. The COVID-19 pandemic has slowed down the global economy and caused increases in prices of commodities such as oil, cement, and iron rods, as well as overall costs of shipping. Nevertheless, it is very important to place the performance of our government over the last 4 years after inheriting an economy with, quote, no meat on the bone, unquote, on record. Ours is a government that listens and cares. The facts and data speak for themselves.
COVID and amassment and iron rods wired. Hold on. Listen. If you increase VAT,
Ekosiisen
auto iron rods are nebo bekosro because VAT that's so. And when you COVID, and you COVID now increase VAT.
If you increase
NHIL, auto iron rods are nebo bekosro. And you COVID now NHIL.
But they took effect on the 1st of May.
Boss,
but iron rods
let me show you something
earlier.
Already, taxes were already high before COVID.
Asempa
You see, so what? I listened to one journalist, Paul Adomotri, talk about this same thing, trying to blame and which woman on COVID, or maybe COVID economics, whatever that means.
No, this is what Dr. Bawumia is saying.
Yes, maybe that is where he's getting it from. And that is the problem. If you are listening to somebody, sebi, no crane in the numua, you will learn the wrong things because the Dr. Bawumia can no credit. Let me tell you something. Before COVID, na Ghana, and which ever happen. Before COVID, ni yesi kasemwa say. 2016, John Mahama Efra Konyaso. The manufacturing sector, which is so important to the growth of this country.
Yes.
Enyini Pomponso edinyini was 7.9%. 2016. Na COVID May. Before COVID by March 2020 mebwa. 2019 before COVID, manufacturing sector no at by 6.3%. And where COVID.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Construction sector. Sa ban yem puntu nyuma the construction sector no be de benyini because contractors benya adwuma ye tua omoka mason for artisans obi abenya adwuma ye. Jomama breso nam say na o invest in those productive projects intino. The construction sector grew by 8.4% before COVID. In 2019 before COVID, it had declined to negative 4.4%. Tenya COVID nema ama construction sector a collapse. It was already growing in the negative 4.4%. The financial and insurance sector grew by 8% in 2016 under John Mahama. And yes, you're incompetent. Under Dr. Bawumia, a braggadocious talkative, I had your main sikasemwasha and sa. Oh, one no. On your mampenye kufuado.
Would that be a fair description of the vice president?
Yes, because you said he's not fixing the economy. He's just a talkative. He's not.
No,
He's just giving excuses.
Have you seen the post?
Excuses in Amir supposed to say no credit. So TME. There, Maka construction, Maka manufacturing, financial and insurance sector, no. Joma Mabreso 8% growth. Then 2019, 1.8% growth before COVID. How do you blame that on COVID? No, how do you blame that on COVID?
The cleanup, the banking sector cleanup, obviously.
What about the construction sector? What about the manufacturing sector? The fishery sector grew by 3.1%. Afare for fishermen. No, the growth for that sector was 3.1% in 2016. In 2019, before COVID, it declined to negatives before COVID. What has COVID got to do with that? The city, Dr. Bawumia said, no, I want to check your maybe see Kasema no. In 2016, under President Mahama, no said the fundamentals were weak, according to Dr. Bawumia. The city depreciated by just 9.6%. 9.6. In 2019, before COVID, the city depreciated by 12.9%. Before COVID, 2016 under John Mahama, private sector growth was 14%. In 2019, before COVID, private sector growth was 2%. COVID na didum so aba. COVID na mansu ya short. They should stop COVID na creating unemployment. Ejuma be no ma create ama Ghana mabu na COVID aba say no. Don't shake your responsibility. Stop deceiving Ghanaians. You have failed. You have messed up the economy. Don't blame it on the COVID.
A lot of private sector players because of COVID. And I don't think
we are talking about government. Hold on.
Sammy,
The point
I don't
I'm
think
making
you are
is
discounting the effect of
no.
COVID-19
The point I am making
on
here
the economy of Ghana.
The point I'm making here is number one. Ansana COVID beba no minor. Enyema nko ye dada na enyema to ape dada. And I've given you facts, indisputable facts to show that. And then number two, Makase. Yes, COVID had some negative effect on the COVID only came to worsen an already bad situation. The situation was already bad. And yet you were hutomu enyema ko ye na COVID abese no. Na your situation in ye and na COVID abaye no worse. So the way you buy was away and say, what to say nyema so ma nkro for ho high omo. And think outside the box to see how you can get other revenue sources. Like you promised when you were in opposition, and now we will expand the tax net. This is the time to walk the talk. And not to heap regressive taxes on the already burdened and the already suffering masses.
But do you have any alternatives to share with them? And obviously,
yes, alternatives. Share taxes and kwa or the officer John Mahama or the taxes and kwa or at the same time Ghana funtua.
Why? What would he have done?
Uhuru Kenyatta has not done that in Kenya. Rwanda president, Madam Kigali. He has not done that in Rwanda. Kigami. Paul Kigami. Yeah. He has not done that in Rwanda. Even Omampenye Kufuor Chocho Bucho Alassani Ouattara, even in Cote d'Ivoire, many shows on my sir. Even in Nigeria, many shows say we have heaped all these 7 or 8 taxes on them at the same time that they are battling with COVID. It's not about any solutions. We are abino eya kwadro. Omunima mamu omunitema. And omu free say
what difference should they have done? Obi. What difference there was here?
Yeah, I appreciated the magnitude of the problem.
Okay.
The Ghana ni betu more for telecommunication. The call ni data bekosro. Petrol bo bekosro. Lorry fare bo bekosro. Building materials bo bekosro. Or your babuna ni dream to build a house for Ibia Nema na yere ne ma no ebia wontumi achieve that na katu ayesen ni nyina echi no obi onyansuo no and onyansuo no not because of the fault or because of Mampenye Kufuor ne Dr. Bawumia ye de o mai yansuo ahye wonsa no o ma yare han ya ma o mo ba mu mpanyifo ne o mo partyfo e de galamse ase yansuo nyina Enti Ghana Water Company or say we are spending so much on the treatment of water. Some people are fetching water from gutters. If we say ordinary Ghanaians now causes our problem. These same MPP people, yede galamse ntoko isha omonsa omo de omo so party here sika. Enti omo Central Regional Vice Chairman ko we see cat tax force no. Missing excavators 500. The Omo Minister for Environment, from Boatin say, or no, and a watuntum. We see so it's caught on tape saying, oh, when I'm catching say your party for here, Sika, the Enya Galam say no, Nayama concessions to party in Penifonu Bianco Yebi. Amount for legal small scale concessions, a JJ, near Chama party for. Now, excavators, I had free Ghana for more legal small scale mining, near the Amobu party for, near the Mabro for China for, nobody saying you, nobody say as
I mean, these are not new stuff.
No, but the point, so I'm showing you. The Ghanaian so what am I showing? I'm showing you, said the problems confronting us today are the creation of our bad leaders. And Sani have a solution. No? If you don't diagnose the problem correctly, you cannot solve the problem. Why? John Mahama Efra Kunyaso. He handed over a power sector. Na in Kenya Jinaso. The anyone said John Mahama as of December 2016. Na in Kenya Jinaso. Why? Because the generational capacity shortfall no was solved.
Yes. But that is one side of the value chain.
Apart from that, say, or the car power buy, or the Mary buy, yen Kenya, ye generate no ebeye dodo, or Mampenye Kufuor buy, or this say, dear Mama solve one Kenya and Abro, so SS power, nedia keka hono. And ya no, a car ne ha the power sector no so no, or the a 2 ye kama buy Esla, or Mampenye Kufuor obey, or no, we are 12 billion. It wasn't Koduko to Yakabon for Ntuyae. But no, why you want to deal with the legacy debt problem, which was even crippling the banking sector. And on that channel, fuel plans will be consuming. Your mama or drink kind that is visionary leadership. And we say these power plants are matters. You can see the fan won't be gumua. Kenya need be generating so the boy be den Ghana for intimate because fan wo the generating Kenya ne boy den. But what the ojaframa gas e generate ane bo nyeden enye den enti gas a odoma nkoma nyankopon adom ya etaye oye ayetu hu no osanso ye gas processing factory e ye dutwem e wo Ghana $1 billion Professor Mel started e no beto aso why Ghana gas company ya ye wo ye gas hwe transmission lines oye from Aboaze eba Pristia eba Kumase transmission line NDC abai na ye from even Aboaze Accra NDC
transmission lines to do what? To carry the gas and as I will carry
the power. I'm talking about power.
Transmission
lines, in the power sector. So whether it was distribution, whether it was generation, whether it was a legacy desk, whether it was fuel at these plants needed, he did it. And on the power sector, Bibia is stable share on sir. Oba ye kwa beje ho fans say nya Mahama bia na solve dum so. Wona I'm a soft one penny for baby Kasa, make a Reverend Apostle General Sam Kwanchi Akra. kasa say we die Mahama na ye munyai mo beje ho fans fa enne problem Mahama so we dey yakọ back to doom so enne nko a me fie ya dum nkania 3 times me tie kwa me nim say ya dum nkania mpo ana say kania gina yes
ya dum nkania 3 times
you are always buying fuel for your generator fuel no so nya tumu no so nipa da shimu cost of for soon omunyume gu people are complaining and he say empenyifo wa ban ni mu no ebenya ho brase kwa ka bibia to yakoma so ndabi o ka no mo yeye obi
but on the doom so na wo ka ho asem no they've been explaining what are transmission lines the western part there is the eastern part into the air running through Kumasi to Ketekrachi. Those were not done. They have to be done. New bulk supply points that are being built. These will lead to outages, and that communication has come. Also, still, I want you to.
NDC abreso.
Yes.
Sir, what is why you do ECG?
Yes.
Sir, and Homana Yankenia Femun. Na yesiesi na nani yesiesi no this maintenance or money SCS
na maintenance cost
yes na na cost wa dey dum so ba
maintenance cost wa there are outages
media
when there are maintenance
for all these months every January be seen there maintenance masa
no when the normal maintenance in the
intra mama ekwan na ho kakra na eche wa fa baby adwane if dum so ne sati and minister for energy ka say oh e bui power for na omuntumi produce more power enunti na edunso abameboa e ma bui power authority the same government too federal worry or that bui power authority are not bad because as minister we the oboa bui problem bi ani ho omoma this excuse or chena no masesa no this gets you masa the problem ne say sika John Mahama di job omo say omo fan siesie enhoma nkani anu be fam ne infidie no omo di sika na koya de foforo man fa nye. For close to 3-4 years, they've stabbed the state-owned enterprises of funds. I mean, the ECG, Joma Mabreso 2016, a year, you may for 500 million Ghana cedis. In the last 4 years, ECG Aboka Oma declared loss of Kabumua of almost 4 billion Ghana cedis. A Juma a year, Juma, Enya for 500 million Ghana cedis under Mahama. Gridco. A declared profit under Mahama in 2016 because ni ejina na so ye mo musika mo ye de wo so mo de Gridco 2018 omo loss on kwa ka omabo 600 million Ghana cedis. You have crippled these state-owned enterprises there because you have starved them of resources. Sika was omo di siesie infidie no omo nsan ka no the right time. San fidie no me yete say fidie bi yete say car. Say car the servicing time so no one maintenance. Obi say engine be break at some point. That is what is happening. It is because of incompetence, misplaced priorities, and their ineptitude. And they are baby adri. It you can't divert attention from bui power authority or maintenance or whatever. What we need is stable power. Baby, President Mahama solve do so problem. Do you know? Obi ke ni senka Ghana. Yeba back to this stage that I wasn't do so. Ebeye a historic event a yede share history books mu ama yenkoda e wo primary school o makan wasem say Ghana so mre bi ni eta dudu mu nkania wa but what you about BM through your class mismanagement and when you are being asked to fix it you are insulting Ghanaians. Even before I come to this issue of fix it or fix yourself, look at the CD now. And that is why I said we have leaders who are braggadocious talkatives. They don't understand governance. They are not Dr. Bawumia one kaba Ghana sikasem. And then they are showing sa.
But has the city not been relatively stable for a long time?
And the dollar 5 cedis 80 pesos. Almost 5 cedis 80 pesos. Pound 8 Ghana cedis. 1 euro almost 7 cedis. The last time I checked it was 6 cedis 90 pesos. And on the better no,
the Americans say 5 cedis 80, it's been that for
in
a
2019
long time.
the cedi depreciated by 12.9%. In 2016 cedi it is a sample amount number under President Mahama, it was 9.6. So what are we talking about? Because you need more cedis to get the same amount of dollars you needed in the past for the same quantity of goods. Also ba and I'm saying nyema ewo ye dwaso nyina no dodo na ye krenti no no so transfer cost no dia mai. Look at our economy now. Obi, we nyina de yakra wo ne say This is the government. Omenya sika chair aban bia wa Ghana bakosem. E pesa tie fotie mi ye pa. Sa energy sector levies na President Mahama de ba no. Dodo ojeje was just 3 billion cedis. President Akufo-Addo kwenya 12 billion. Ghana ye oil on domankuma nyankopon de ehira no. President Akufo-Addo nko a. And wenya musika 67%. President Kufuor, President Milson, President Mahama, enya the remaining 33%. President Akufo-Addo nko a enya 67. Why? Because ono na breso nko a ena wenya 3 oil fields. Jubilee 10 Sankofa fields. Obi, what do you not nchen ya Euro bonds, Bosnia sovereign bonds afi bia Ghana ye kwaje no. E wa mansen biaso no. President Kufuor, President Milson, President Mahama together omoje 4.5 billion. Omanpenyim dollars. President Omanpenyim Kufuor nko a waje 13 billion dollars.
These are things you've said.
No, hold on.
For the past,
the
point is there is something new. Why are you repeating?
No, hold on. So I'm showing you the problem. I'm showing you the problem. So
yes,
even as part of Siko Menya, right? Can I catch on a buffet market? Over talk 120 billion cedis from Kwame Nkrumah pension bisi Joma so Ghana ka. And now what you do 291.6 billion. On the 171 billion na account. Na just say Ghana man penny about from 1957. Nkrumah, Buzia, Kotoka, Afrifa, Champon, Kufu, Hilary Man, JJ Rawlings, Atamos, Papa Kufuor, Papa, just say Mahama, Papa Muninano, Omoka 120 billion. Wo unkwa buying back 171 billion. Unsi school Papa Biama Ghana Ninchirima. Unsi hospital Papa Biama Ghana for Ninchirima. And the Ghana for yare no mokwa yare sabia omo de da form because you see the no best syndrome. Ye mai was secondary school nya da bre and na omo school mo yese mo mafie ebi tetiabo so ebi da bonten. Basic amenities hwe akwan. And with ye kasa mo se mayen kasa e ka wudi je nchirima nyina we nyina no. Mpuntuo be na wudi gya wo mo a o kire bi betima mo matua. Samdo na e ka na mo twe na bo so. Just a modi amu ye kabi an kabi obi amomo chemso. So when the young people had a mebano says fix the country, omudika because some mess we are much all these problems confronting us. And yet products of your direct acts, your misgovernance, your misrule.
The young people knew of all those problems because you had told them, but they still reposed confidence in them.
Who told you that? I don't believe.
Why they won the election?
No,
They won by 500,000.
I don't believe they won. I don't believe they
What
won.
do you believe?
Election the EC cannot even tell us the total valid votes for that election. And you want to believe says our election were credible.
That has been settled by the court.
It was not settled. That court judgment was even the worst. The gravest
and
miscarriage of
the court.
Yes, of course. So that cannot even be an excuse. And in any case, even if Ghanaians voted for them, it doesn't still change. It means that they have confidence that they will solve this problem.
Yes.
Is that what they are doing? Did they vote for them? Say, we are giving you 4 more to do more for us, or we are giving you 4 more for you to impose more taxes on us.
But the vice president said they are only 4 months into their second term.
4 months saying so taxes way now mutuano. And your 4 months until they will not feel it. Let me tell you something about the cost of doing business. The damage these taxes will do to Ghanaians. Then I would be quantify, and then I would be reverse. And Lady B say Aisha Alasan.
Okay.
Or they say on one and you be near ma or got to turn a shop will be a chrome. And who receipts at a platform be a medaso. And I can show you the receipts. And yama or to yen in an obi. It's 606 Ghana cedis. 606 Ghana cedis. Obi, unim tuon kwa yejeno. And me Bema Jackson, so beti me dia 2 in this one. Get fund on 2.5% and on 15 Ghana cedis.
That is yesterday.
Yes, 15 Ghana cedis, 15 pesos. National Health Insurance levy 2.5, 15 Ghana cedis, 15 pesos. COVID levy 1%, 6 Ghana cedis, 6 pesos. Then taxable. Then VATs 12.5%. That is 80 cedis, 31 pesos. Into Twanko Amojeno was 116 Ghana cedis. On the Nyama Watwa, born year 606 Ghana. Let me share it with you and Jackson. Obi, before COVID, again, Koladomo Chirimunumunti before COVID.
Don't be using this to be.
No, it's important. It's a response to him. Sir, his claim, sir, Omo calling on government to fix the country. They don't have a point in that. They should go and read COVID economics. You know?
Sammy, what I'm saying is that you can respond to him, but you have other platforms to
No,
ma'am.
Okay.
Just deal with the issues.
At least Dr. Bawumia also making the same comment. So let me respond to Dr. Bawumia if that is okay for you. Obi, World Bank forward system bia.
Yes.
Omo de rank all countries in the world. How congenial the atmospheres in countries for businesses here. Omo friend ease of doing business index. And on our World Bank, share or maybe no say abrofo abonten so for and as ankran kre person mu bie nyuma and omo ye business.
Yes.
It is saying what you say omo ka doson and omo ka wo form omo tumi ye and omo tumi nye John Mahama abreso ana omampanyi akufuado sa amre wo position ne Dr. Bawumia say na to ayetua doso dodo no mo de omo ba move from taxation to production. Ghana na sa World Bank ease of doing business near 108. That was our position. 108. The whole world. In 2020, Ghana position 118. Ya take about from 10 places. In 2019, you about 114 before COVID. You know why? One reason pen a World Bank for give. I must say high tax payments. Etoa abonten so for mo person obodo musika be show man mu bie nyuma etuenti no. Ghana ding to do business. And this is
2019, you mean?
John Mahama time 108 position. Then 2019 114. 2020 118. So you dropped 10 places. That was even before these new draconian insensitive taxes about 2021. So can you imagine baby Ghana betiako in 2021? As I talk to businesses, this is just one person. I forwarded the receipt to you.
It is on our Facebook page.
Look at the
yes.
Look at the taxes in why? Government be anywhere or what mama and mouth for obey he put and these taxes, some of the increments are going to take effect.
No, but for the
some of the increments take effect.
Yeah, I see Get Fund 2.5%.
2.5.
I see NHIL 2.5.
Yes.
NHIL now can now say, is it now?
But or apply 1%. Since 1%, remember now 3.5. That's why you still COVID levy. No? COVID levy.
COVID levy. No,
exactly.
Which is 1%.
We have baller tax. Baller tax is assembly for AJB dada. Or we have road fund. They say quite almost the towing levy. Why are you heaping Ghana and the we are saying about Indiana? Why all these taxes at once on the people?
And the question I asked, in the first 4 years of this administration, we've not had this discussion about so many taxes at a go before. In fact, the discussion we had was the claim budget say omo echa be 17 tax handles more and we had those discussions and all of that. Pursuant to promises omo make here in their manifesto. We are having this discussion of so many taxes at a go now because they claim said that is what we need to get out of the whole COVID. Eddie Ashim, you say it is not a legitimate excuse to ask the people to pay a little bit more because you cannot go on the market and borrow.
It is warped economics.
So what would you rather they
what you do is that you see there were contractionary measures in economics and there were expansionary measures. So when businesses are struggling because of an unanticipated event, a disaster or pandemic, what you do is say now you reduce the cost of doing business. What's your taxes so that businesses the sika na kita na already eswate and she no be to media year adwuma or the year adwuma obefa ni pay adwuma in the process of time or the year adwuma na o produce more obetumi atua taxes ebia this year ontimi ntua sa taxes but ebia 2 years time na wo hen han na obetumi atua sa taxes no kra mo offered my phobia income almost be to your income taxes. So what you say? So that is what you do. That is what is sustainable. That is what is sensitive. Then what you do, they say, oh, abayino. You adopt contractionary measures. And see, wo expenditures or se meteso. For example, as gracia, moba beje, o mampenye kufuado. Se se dia woni wabusu anfo menye sika ben biom na mope. Ekosiisen ya cha o mine no. Me na my point is ya dia cha o mine, ye fancy schools, ye fancy hospitals. So
but we had similar crisis. A crisis of a sort under your administration.
Once upon a time, President Mills and appointees and President Mahama contribute to 5% of their salaries. ADC,
I think it was under President Mahama.
Under President Mahama. ADC community health centers. Say Emma, you know no more. Say you more crunky to a mono. Ayare, or more yari omenya bibiako. So Obia sacrificing a ketuada.
Nanado says he is freezing almost salary increment. Yes.
On can say or teso. And now what is the biche? Or fanche.
But the sacrifice you spoke about was not about salary.
Massa.
Was it S gracia?
Salary.
No, you said S gracia.
So if not S gracia, it can be salary. Obi, let's not.
No, specifics.
Are you getting what I'm trying to talk about? Now, if a buying expenditure, Office of Government Machinery, no. Yes, ya teso. O check budget now. Office of Government Machinery expenditure. I feel quite now. So you cannot be telling the people that tighten your belt, pay more taxes, but you are spending more on consumption. You are not spending more on the construction of schools or hospitals or on ventures that will create jobs and prosperity for the people. You are spending more on consumptive expenditures and bringing any development to the person and any progress in the lives of Ghanaians. That's the problem. And now the Yakwa will say, who's say no? No, my national chairman, I'm touchline. Oh, more can face the country in a NDC for. No, as if they cannot think for themselves. A NDC for some of them are even professionals. They are workers. They are academics. They are students. Some may even have more academic credentials than some of us who are privileged to sit on these platforms. So why must you insult their intelligence? Say be a politician, be or catch you be said or Twitter and so on. Then they say, oh, fix yourself. Problem ne enye omampenyi mumum na citizens ya na ye problem ti yam fix ya. Really? And then who senior KSM tweet bi. Me free so omampenyi Akufo-Addo okope kan ya ebebo na pa. Who opposition? Or opposition open to me no. No say Ghana your problems are ye wo nyina no. Eye because of one thing. Or say Ghana problems nyina eye bad leadership ntia. He will fix those problems. One can say the citizens will fix it, or say he will fix it because of bad leadership. And then they will buy. Or say, oh, when you have leadership in a citizens.
He has not said that, has he?
That is what MPP people are saying. They fix yourself insult. You know, who are the people behind it? Known MPP faces. And some of them are openly speaking about it on television. And MT Kennedy Japan talking about it. And other big wigs in their party, they are defending it. Richard Ahiagba, I've heard him on Metro TV defending it. They've owned it. So we are the problems. But we officer and CIA no more opposition. 2016, Occupy Ghana said doom so any unemployment. Ghana yedeno. They didn't occupy their bedrooms, but rather they went to occupy the Flagstaff House. That time, those problems they were fighting, the creation of citizens. President Mahama but citizens. Let's stop this hypocrisy and double standards. Now, let's humble ourselves as leaders. Let's listen. I am happy that at least today I'm told that Kandapa called them and listened to them. But then here, if Mabuno and our Mokasa movement they should be allowed to demonstrate. Do you understand me? Because Ghana,
in line with law.
Yes. The 1992 Constitution Article 1:1D say every person in this country have freedom of assembly, including the freedom or the right to participate in processions and demonstrations.
Yes.
In the Constitution, omampenyi a police for nyina hyase no eno na say yetimi demonstration. It is DNT. And a mabunu is so more quack or yet chere. na de ha wo mo de aka ensupa wo mu nya nom dum so a ha wo mo enwuma a omu nya taxes a wo de abegu omu ko mu nyema bo a akosoro akatua e wo fom. Some are even talking about minimum wage, and some of the things some of them are talking about I have not even touched on here. Very germane, pertinent issues. I was say
all of them are they? Are you sure?
Of course, me nyahu baku bia kra baku a ewu hia.
From maybe I'll be reading.
Oh no, my fa
yeah, first.
What you say? Na momon yo ye kira. O man penya kufu adon na aban ne police for say yenti ase.
Based on
what?
The imposition of restrictions.
No, there is no such law.
Who says that?
Me say. And then menya an cheche mu ye on a certain platform I was in the morning. And I want lawyer for me. Aban penny for me. Say metia they should correct me. Emra ben na wo Ghana high chire say na won't be demonstration. I have checked emra bi any was sir. It will be say emra bi wo sir. Say COVID in 20 omon kan chire.
So you cannot assemble one place.
Obi ma make be.
And no I'm sorry.
Yeah, Article 21 na spell it out your fundamental human rights and freedoms.
Yes.
I can say aban ana wo mampanyi edu mrebia sa rights no ye betimi a suspend.
Yes.
So it is here.
Yes.
Na say ye be suspend sa rights na I just say aye mra as amra na ka say because of public safety, public order, public health and bibi sentino. Sa rights no temporarily you the tabuato so you can't exercise those rights. I just why amra.
Yes.
And it to cover the buy no. And I buy way the mrebi call Ghana mrashe bedwam. Your friend Imposition of Restrictions Act of 2020 Act 1012. And some rana mo mampenyi to me say COVID inti ubeti be don start shekrata say your friend executive instrument. Now I am say some fundamental human rights are your see yetimi kwa sorry yetimi kwa demonstration yetimi gather ne de keka all restricted.
Yes.
But in that same law Obi section 4 of that same law says and I want to read it. Says sa restrictions on mampenyi be ye under any executive instrument no, can only be for a duration of 3 months. Boso me miansape. Na se 3 months no so a o mampenyi betumi a extend it, but or extend ya extension be anywhere was a boro 1 month. Obetimi extend no prensa.
Okay.
Baku bia no at a time and say bro 1 month. Now just say you are allowed to do 3 extensions of an executive instrument that imposes restrictions on fundamental human rights. 3 extensions, baku bia 1 month. So you cannot extend beyond 3 months. That's what it means. Let me read it so that Section 4 was the duration of restriction. This is the Imposition of Restrictions Act 2020 Act 1012. Or say the restriction imposed under subsection 1 of section 2, which gives the president the right to issue executive instruments, shall be for a period of not more than 3 months.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Now, but despite subsection 1, the president may, by an executive instrument, where the exigencies of the circumstances require, shorten the duration of the restriction or extend the duration of the restriction for not more than 1 month at a time.
1 month at a time.
But in any event, look at the operative words.
Yes.
For not more than 3 months. So you cannot extend that executive instrument beyond 3 months. Covered by the first executive instrument of Mampini.
No, you can also you can extend it.
Or say extend the duration of the restriction for not more than 1 month at a time.
At a time. Good.
But in any event,
you
for not more than 3 months.
3 months at a time.
You can't do it.
You cannot extend it 3 months at a time.
That's what he's saying.
Is that what he's saying?
No. Or say, extend
1 month.
Not
more than 1 month.
But to me, extend more 3 months. It just and then 1 month.
One month. Another
3
1
months.
month.
To me, extended 4 times.
Is that your understanding of what?
That is the law. That's what it means. Okay, so to me, call 1 month at a time. That's what it means.
That one I agree.
But in any event, to me, call more than 3 months. Now, whichever way you look at it, executive instruments are meme aware, and that's why I said I stand to be corrected.
I was saying your sunset clause.
Not even
When
sunset
it
clause. Not because the executive instrument derives its power from this act.
Okay.
So executive instrument be an omo mikita CI and mikita EI 65 wa me woni nyina me wo EI 65 me wo 64 me wo 66 me wo 67 me wo 68 me wo 164 which is about the compulsory wearing of face mask one shy me woni nyina ni nyina ye dan pursuant to this act.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
Now ni nyina mretwem as we speak they should show us what executive instrument is in force say there are restrictions on public gatherings. So you hear the police saying, because of COVID restrictions, we will not allow her. They don't quote any EI. I was waiting for them to quote EI 65 or 67 or 60. They don't quote any EI. So what EI are they talking about? Because since the restrictions were eased on the 31st of May 2020, I'm not aware of any new restrictions on gatherings. The new arrangement now present you can meet, but no more than 100 in the ordinary I have not seen it in any EI. Say you what the EI no.
By this saying, sir, those who were berating Christ Embassy were doing that, not knowing the provisions.
There was nothing there like that
of the law now.
There was nothing there like that, and that is why the position say yeah, will be near demonstration because of COVID restrictions. Restrictions, be. Na nyatwemwe wo mu kura ya me ya ne se obi Ghana the entire young koso na nyatwem and enye nyatwem ne so nko a eye hu Ghana fo ye hu meti ya meka say se obi abu afu bi dendende don ti ase meka asem wa meka no so ye no kure
ba me
you see let me show you something. The reason why we nyine koso no say ya ye hu ye ntumi nkasa.
No, let
me explain something.
Are you saying, based on the analysis you did, say for now, after the expiration of all of these EIs, the latest one being, I'm not sure, the one now, am I saying those?
And it was not on public gatherings. Oh no, that was I don't know about that. That was EI 164.
Yeah, 164.
Yes, I don't know about that. I have it here, but that one was on the compulsory wearing of face mask.
Fantastic.
It has to be renewed, and the renewal cannot go beyond 3 months.
3 months, I agree.
A new one will have to be done.
I agree. Into the ones that speak to public gatherings, you are saying, based on readings because of all of them,
the first one was 64. Then 65 near the EI 65 near the lockdown.
Yes.
And after that, obey EI 66, it was an extension. EI 67 was an extension. EI 68 was an extension. After that, we knew EI.
So
legal restrictions.
Obiko Beach, for example,
what restrictions? Legally, Ghana, you see, be free the rule of law. You dem run it is obi kwa exercise the inalienable right to demonstrate based on article as guaranteed under Article 21D of the 1992 Constitution. What's the main because what COVID restrictions?
If the EI was still in force, then it will be a legitimate.
Yes, but that, even if it was in force, because today for a despotic government, EI. But then we will still raise the issue of standards, principle. We will still raise the issue of the selective application of the law. Why? December. Political parties and politicians, including Sammy Gyamfi, including NDC, my party, including Omanpenye Kufuado, His Excellency, and Dr. Bawumia, Omo MPs, ni Omo PCs, the same for NDC. Rallies ben yanye nukrumha. We gathered thousands of people. Yeah, rallies. I led a demonstration in Accra. The last demonstration here to the election, many Anthony Nupe Numune, other national officers of the party. I was one of the leaders of the demonstration. More than 20,000 people were on the streets of Accra. When COVID was at its peak, there were no vaccines. Restrictions were still in force. We were allowed to hold rallies. President Akufo-Addo held rallies and addressed thousands of people. His party people held rallies across the country. Sad time not there. Na COVID nkunipa na
But you are a lawyer. You know
Why
that's
are
not
we-
how the law works.
You see,
Embrana nyejuma will be so. I don't just say man nyejuma.
So the ono ye mrana ono enforce mrano.
Yes.
Ono obu mrano so. Then we are talking about a time when mre bi ani ho.
No, that's a different argument.
Mre bi ani ho. Say Krompo the situation has stabilized. Yenya vaccines ni bi kura kakra. We say a man for any demonstration, a man for kwaso.
No, I'm saying, sir, the issue about say the EI no ISPA no, it changes the dynamics of the conversation. A different
That's
argument.
what I'm talking about.
If it has expired indeed, then we move into a different
And
argument.
even if it had not expired, I'm saying, sir,
Yes.
Ekosiisen on
it will be
Asempa
hypocritical on the part of President Akufo-Addo, who addressed rallies made up of thousands of people and almost face mask because he wanted power. It will be hypocritical for Sammy Gyamfi and the NDC to say man for any demonstration. We are not above the law. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. That's the point I'm making now, because even if we're looking at our COVID situation, it has improved considerably as we speak now as compared to then. Do you remember, Obi? Say time when politicians, yes, our demonstrations, ni rallies, ni sa nyemani nyinano. COVID won't peak, and then ya from kakri. Ni any vaccine, any bibia restrictions were enforced, and then ya legal restrictions be any hono. The Minister for Information, Kwadwo Opon Kroma, Eba Bonti, because me Kaiser Amreno, Ghana Medical Association for raise concern say politicians your programs are here and they bet me am COVID search aiden aba obi guy. Dear Kwadwo Opon Kroma, Honorable Minister for Information, the Okayeni. Which my member Jackson no fan to one for maybe 2 million much this year. Or say political campaigns not cause of new coronavirus cases.
Ekosiisen on
Information
Asempa
Minister has challenged claims that heightened political gatherings are contributing to the rise of COVID-19. Or said there is no scientific nexus.
Yeah, he gave the reason based on timing.
A man for generally has said 3 hours, 4 hours. And not the emfa COVID. No be called demonstration or face mask. They can even ensure social distancing. And not the COVID beba. I did not buy wait, sir. Why is it that things are not going well? People want to vent. People want to express their frustrations. People want to demonstrate. Why? What country are we living in?
When was that official statement issued?
The police has gone for a restraining order. That's I will double check when I leave here.
Are allowed by law to do that.
But say on the basis of what? And you know the
So
police
let's lawyers defend that out.
The police is doing this because that is what the government wants. The police does the bidding of government.
And
the police
that's
it.
And
that's the truth. It has been so from Nkrumah BC. That's it. Now police, if one can say, they are not exempted from the challenges or mindful face here and almost your mokoya or yechre. A police if only be crowd or situation your worse. Go to our police barracks. Their problems are Ghana police full face, which have to be fixed. Into one we be wadam fu bi so okwa ye oyechre na odi akasa etia na ye den mako tre letter mate ACP Kwesifori, and if they go we will crush them. I mean that kind of arrogant talk. I read it in the news
in the news.
Yes,
you have. So where you could go upon Nkrumah there.
I may they will stop them. That's basically what he said. They will stop them. Oh, I said they are politicians in police uniforms.
Sammy, let me ask.
So my point here is
few questions based on messages.
If you are stopping a demonstration, it should be based on law or based on reasons that it makes sense. You say because of COVID restrictions.
Any
you have not
reason,
shown us. Hold on,
Sammy. Any reason Kasetia mass gatherings, which we all know say a super spreader event, at least for nothing at all, India at trying, should be a sound reason.
Where were they? Where were they, those policemen, when the NDC was holding demonstrations and rallies? When President Akufo-Addo himself, the fact
that we didn't do it that time, the one that risk
the one who enacted those executive instruments himself, was breaching the law. Where were they? So if there is no law today, what are you talking about, Master? And this even raises the bigger issue of liberties, your personal liberties and rights amount for use COVID as a pretext to deny us. Master, we must begin to have that conversation, Obi. When will we have our liberties and freedoms back? Because maybe we are in the hands of a despotic regime, no. ABI the base the spread of Yariebi. Yes. So Yariebi threat ano. Now so be used for political purposes. So ti ase. Yen to me nka say Yarie ba ko aba ebia yasi yenya 80 something thousand cases. 99% recovery. Se bi enua no ma hwe o nkwa 736 o sesen. One death for cry, one life for cry wo hianti a big issue. But yenti mi nka say Yarie ni nti no. Ye constitutional, fundamental, inalienable rights. No? We are sacrificing those rights in perpetuity. There must be certain benchmarks.
Nobody has said it will be in perpetuity.
That is what is happening. If the politician, can say it's a media, met me a rally. Me o mampenye kufuado, met me a rally because me pe power. Met me a demonstration because me pe power. NDC 4 year, MPP 4 year. Na police ni bi ankasa, in central phobia ankasa. You came and even covered those programs.
No, the
American. You covered those programs. You aired some of them live.
If you listen to us on Mehia, something we
did you the words you use for Christ Embassy Church? The same words that we use to man.
I don't make a church. I don't make a church. Sammy.
Me person repeat our words, but say the words you use for that church.
Hold on.
Hold on. And mama, certain politicians feel say they are a different breed from others.
No, the point is based on that same principle, no, then you have to now speak against every form of public gathering.
No.
Say a demonstration.
No. There are no legal restrictions. I am saying, say, even in the United States of America,
you cannot legislate against everything, every human behavior. No.
So what? So on what basis are you denying
especially
somebody?
When
you
know
when there was a law
mass
enforced,
gatherings, super spreader event.
When there was a law enforced,
yes,
people held rallies, people held political programs, indoor programs, and there were crowds. Me say demonstration, scientifically, let's talk about Maza, US. Black Lives Matter. Was it that protest? It went on for days. And also when COVID was at its peak, even in the United States of America, hundreds of thousands of people have died.
What we saw.
Who told
the
you
escalation in the numbers?
Who told you it is because of Black Lives Matter?
Really?
Who told you it's because of that? I am saying, say, it is possible for even demonstration, to be regularized, for the protesters to wear face masks, and as they are marching the streets to ensure social distancing. Obi, am I not in this room? Am I wearing a mask? Are you wearing a mask? This program is going on. Why? Because there is a glass here. Because the space between you and I, we think that it is okay.
Yeah, but in demonstrations, you don't have that space.
Who told you that? Who told you say demonstration they cannot ensure and they cannot observe those protocols? Who told you say the people who live in be 20,000?
Could they have?
Who told you the people will be 20,000? Who told you the people will be 100?
So
who
why
told
should
you
we take that risk?
They have that
They
have that fundamental human right. It is their right. So far as there is no law barring them, and so far as there are numerous, countless precedents, politicians, political parties. Yes, we are Yebino. Almost you are Ghana for almost you are Yecheni.
Okay,
that's the point we are making here. And
I get it.
I'm
not sure that's where the NDC's official position is it.
What's saying?
Because also that's the point we are making here. And that's what I want to be clear.
Well, the NDC has not taken a position on this matter, but the NDC I belong to will not support this government using COVID as a pretext, hiding behind COVID to deny citizens their right to demonstrate. A right, a inalienable. You can't be inalienable right, rights a human being cannot live without.
Yeah.
Ya guarantee under your 1992 Constitution, Article 21, Clause 1, you can say D. To be when people, even if they go for this demonstration, what will happen? What would this guy? At least they will get the opportunity to amplify their concerns and all the maybe better say the problems confronting us. Maybe there are even other issues that some of us may not be aware, government may not be aware, that through this protest, they can amplify the issues will become topical, it will be discussed, and if this government is ready to listen, they can do something about it.
How about
future
those,
government can
how
do
about
something
those who
about
argue
it. So,
say
why are you preventing
they
them?
used a platform to get the whole country talking without doing demonstrations, and they can use that same platform.
Let's not decide. Are the two mutually exclusive? They are still using social media. They are still using their post. You see, Obi, it is, apart from saying unlawful and unconstitutional, it is politically unwise for a government to try to suppress the anger and the frustrations of its people. How long are you going to do that? It is just a matter of time before it blows up in their face and consumes them. We don't want any security situation in this country. We have seen what has happened in other countries. People are not happy. Some of them don't belong to any political parties. Some of them are NDC, some are MPP, different political persuasions.
They want an opportunity to do what Occupy Ghana did.
To air their frustrations, to amplify their concerns. Allow them and stop this hypocrisy. Even the police should know, say, some of the things these people are fighting for will also be for their benefits. All the time, they become the errand boys of politicians. Politicians can wait for more. Both NDC and MPP. No issue statement. Demonstration. You are even making the government more unpopular. This thing will not help you.
My main kind message is Kakra. You respond to them near the interview, about Ekosiisen, so many national communications officer of the opposition NDC and AD incommodating the Sammy Gyamfi. Where's the OB is Mr. Mahama and his 4 state-sponsored aides going to gift their ex gratia to the state. Is Honorable Joyce Bauer and co ready to do that? Are they ready to do that? Okay. Most of the debt we are paying is as a result of their dubious take-or-pay energy contract. We have done better than them, and we continue to do better. Sammy should wake up, smell 2016 and 2020 defeat, and move on, because Mr. Mahama won't taste power again. Also, they can take Malta Guineas if indeed they are desperate for power. After all, it will bring out the power in them. And Sammy, this is from your friend and your namesake, Samuel Brian Puaping. We say
it's part of the problem.
Ex gratis is paid to ex-president as well. Has ex-president Mahama waived his own? And how about
the one-time payment? Is not a recurrent payment.
How about the NDC members of parliament? The person that comes through with the 2020 ease of doing business. The one you referred to was 2019, right?
Was 2020.
You referred to 2020.
It's reported on 2020. It's reported on 2019.
But in 2020. Okay. And the Nepal say in 2020, ease of doing business for Ghana was 60.
Yeah, that was our raw score.
Yeah, our raw score.
60 point something,
yes.
But the position was 118.
That is 2020.
Yes,
that's
that
2020.
Yes, I can show that to you.
Okay.
But under President Mahama, and this was before COVID. But under President Mahama, it was 108. What it means is that already businesses were overburdened with taxes before COVID. And this taxation, I said this in response to the issue you raised. This government was not known for taxes until this year. What do you say? Because tax payments, and the reason why you drop is because of high tax payments. That's the only reason the World Bank has given. And it is not a good sign. It means, so broni be a PBB in the Sika share BB Numa. A bit with him put in Numa bar. Or bet check I am a bagana. Taxes are a Benjamin, Mitua COVID levy, Mitua Vatisi, Mitua NHI, Mitua, we may first walk crab day, Ebe Samaria, Misika Crabesh, Intimina day, Memma, and also my bed and a Juma about my name. And that is why any say, you fat. The Ekosiisen trasa, it is a serious issue, Obi. It's a very serious issue. And it's leaving to any political party. That's why I'm happy that ordinary citizens are getting involved. We want to see media men getting involved. We want to see professionals getting involved. It's important. And when people get involved and they speak their mind, sometimes we may not be comfortable with it. Sometimes, so, but Bebe try making. Say about was be amaka yemfa. Say ufri say won me nya adwen so na why den waka wo de but situation a obi ebo nyu bibi so a ye mpese obeka okoka hwe de ato Captain Smart the morning show host of Angel FM say Nancy dumso ya ekoso yi ene Ghana car emni ye say why editorial bi a wakasa etia Dr. Bawumia say Dr. Bawumia ewo position no o ka say President Mahama Bon or incompetent enti ena ekemne ye ne de keka ho na ono ba ye situation na ye worse enti say na John Mahama Bon no de wa bon we enti no yes say you suspended.
Is that what
yes
ABN has said officially?
Yes.
When who statement, you know?
I have not seen the statement.
So where are you speaking?
But I've heard the manager of the station. Wababe Chirichirum say Una no say the problem with Captain Smart and say wakase ti ampenyufu binu na ampenyufu no ne hwan o mampenyi Akufuado.
That's what the general manager has
Dr.
said.
Bawumia
You heard him
and Alan Chairmanton. Yes. And the video is on social media. Mon fan send the Obi.
No, I just want to be.
Na Captain Smart started ya of fire John Mahama and this impenyufu. Na general manager no wenfa on that same show. Inti mampenyi Akufuado ne Dr. Bawumia de come wasem you must be suspended. Asemo Abrantia ne kanoson e no kra. It's such a shame that the management and the owner of the station will succumb to pressures from government. We should not encourage this culture. And Uncle says some Jonah no boka ho asem na man for ntiase no. Ye man for fa ho die. Ye mo kwan. No mo nka omo ho yaw. Omo nka omo yaw ne omo problems.
Okay.
That is the only way this democracy can thrive.
Fair deal. Let me read the messages near Mrana and wrap it up. Ekosiisen ne higher Sempa FM. And a lot of people forwarding the video you spoke about.
Is there?
Yeah, inti. More the video na ben na unfortunately, because I'm I cannot listen. But thank you nonetheless for coming through with the videos. Let me read some messages. Where say
MVP communicator Yakumi was sending me message say why? Enye bia muntie. That's another fantastic
okay, NST Yakumi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Akwetia parliamentary candidate.
Fantastic communicator, fantastic young chap. I think he
we say on 20th. So him Kofi Ameyaw.
The OUS.
Or say on 23rd December
2020.
The Kenyan president assented to the Tax Law Amendment Act number 2 of 2020. The act amends the Income Tax Act and Value Added Tax Act of Kenya. The key amendments made through the act include the reinstatement of the resident corporate income tax rate to 30% from 25%, and the highest individual income tax band to 30% from 25%. Additionally, the VAT rate was reinstated to 16% from 14% through a legal notice in accordance with law. These rate changes became effective on 1st January 2021. Please tell Sammy to be sincere with the fact. Kofi Ameyaw is
how many taxes?
And I think we share increments now. I think 3. Yes, 3.
3 taxes,
yeah,
not
3.
8. So Kofi and differences na say. So we be introduce one tax be and 2 taxes be Ghana for bet. I'm saying that Obi, the way NDC ni we NPP ni for party semton chain. Listen, COVID aba. Ye kwato aba we ya wo say ye ho kire into one my free water, free electricity. Then few months after the election, Bibian san ya brabom. Ye adwuma nya nyeye. Wo say me the 8 taxes aba at the time. So twen wotwe. And you are defending this. You are defending at the wo shella, wo petrol no ne bonko.
No, or not the message by say okay say country be anywhere.
I say be anywhere introduce this raft of draconian tax. I'm talking about the rates. Taxes ne do and you see and that taxes in the you need to Kenya there we need to even interrogate and know the type of taxes. Certain taxes are progressive, others are regressive. Progressive taxes ne you pay as you earn. And he said the poor man pays a lesser amount and then the rich man pays more.
Yeah.
So into income tax, a percentage of your income. Sana progressive taxes here. So who increasing even progressive taxes are a problem because I know there. Oh here you know able to ya no what no to your tax no I commensurate with the income. But offer regressive taxes because you are lazy. I know the easy way of getting money. Fuel. Say, may the 20 pesos at also. Here need to have 20 pesos per liter. Sikeni to have 20 pesos per liter. Because of that, until the next fuel 1 liter in Ghana, it also change $1. So now, okay, say VAT flat rate made the 1% at also. At the same time, NHIL so Ghana ni bia kraket wa kra tuabino. And also made the 1%. Oh, look at the type of taxes are we increasing.
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to impose hardships on your people.
44 after 6. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Fantastic delivery from my boss, Sammy Gyamfi. Fix the country now. Eric Ejay and now no the way. But please, Obi, ask Sammy Gyamfi how much was cement during Kofor's time. Nana Boateng. Obi, tell Sammy to come to Canada and see how much taxes we pay every single day. This one says,
hold on. Canada ni nyanto was here. Otua taxes e Canada. So nyankenia dum so Canada. Omuno muzio e gata mu e Canada. Inhumani ho. Say inhumani no wako Canada. So if people are paying taxes here and they are not getting water, potable water to drink, they are not getting quality education for their children, omoma etete abonten, omoma ko school ayese enru so da bere ni omomra fie hospitals. O yare na ko hospital a da form Canada de wo ho no. Omu nya nkeni a amanfo nya nnwuma na omo kana aban panyifo say they should fix themselves there. And yet to fix ourselves so we don't have to pay taxes. Na ya emphasize sika no solve our problems in the mayo. But once we give you the taxes,
yes,
you must fix it. And you should not, with all respect to him, I appreciate his contribution to the program, compare our situation to Canada. Because the value, the services, are no Canada. No. Senka Ghana for ye nyebi wahano musi yentuya taxes. 100 the crack Ghana for Nkasa.
Obi, Ghanaians can never be pleased in any way. You can confirm from your period in the UK that fares are increased every January and council taxes every April, but we get on with it though we are not happy. Ghanaians want luxury, but want only the government to pay for that luxury. No taxes, no development. There is no manner anywhere in the world. Pay your bit and hold the government accountable. Abeku is in Northampton, United Kingdom. Obi, this 40% by drivers is pure cruelty in this hardship, where COVID is making everything harder, and they are trying to kill us with this. Fixing ourselves need to be something we need to talk about. Everyone is looking for overnight riches. God help Ghana. Saka. Ewo ablekuma joma and on the way Abraham. Good afternoon, Obi. Can you please help me get access to Sammy Gyamfi? I really admire him and love how he analyzes issues. I really want him to mentor me because soon I would go into politics. Obidia or the Abraham and no. This one says, Obi, truth is one. NDC is the biggest problem of our economy, so they should stop telling President Ronaldo to fix the country. Regards to Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markins. This one says, the attitude of Sammy shows that the NDC are behind this demonstration. We say, please tell Sammy to defy the police order and lead the so-called Fix Ghana movement to demonstrate. He would definitely be shown where power lies. Ghana is hard for the NDC because they cannot blah blah blah. Atuke ewo mamprobi. Not the kind of messages I'm a person making on this show. We say, Obi, I'm happy Sammy has admitted the current government has introduced only 8 taxes. But what he failed to tell us was the government has only reintroduced 8 out of the 17 taxes we scrapped in 2017. How I wish Sammy had spoken same way when Let My Vote Count demonstrators were beaten in 2015.
They didn't know me at the time. In 2015, they didn't know me at the time. Does he know the position I took on that matter? Wherever I was at the time.
Has it been captured anywhere?
But you see, Obi.
Good evening, Obi. How authentic is the suspension of your colleague captain? So after carrying the cement, this is his reward. Such a shame. The culture of silence is creeping back into our once vibrant country. Look at Okoforidia, where he say, I love when I hear Sammy and the NDC criticize Ronaldo's government. It's good to do the opposition business But to what end? Apparently, there is no better alternative yet. In 2020, there was a universal economic hit. And before I sign off, Nanado's government solved Dumso. Period. Fear on. Mata Heko. And another way about. This one says, Hi Obi, Sammy Gyamfi has really said a lot. NPP has really disappointed Ghanaians. They promised a lot to deceive Ghanaians for power, but now the reality is different. This is an advice to Ghanaians. Sweet talks can't develop a country. It is high time the truth is told to the Ghanaian people. Sammy, wrap it up. A closing comment. Responses to some of the messages are Abba. By your friend Sampine says, Sammy Gyamfi is talking as if it's November 2020. Businesses suffered Dumso for 4 years. With it attendant job losses and Mahama looked on. A government embarks on helping build factories to create jobs, and he says that's laughable. By the way, when former President Mahama was telling Ghanaians to pay taxes so the nation can move, where was Sammy Gyamfi and his I wonder why Sammy and his NDC can't see the waivers and others given to Ghanaians in this budget.
Sampine. And thank him for his message. Still been yanting appointments in it.
Why? Sampine.
Yes.
No,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Benye Kufuado so or nyema wagana how.
Ade.
The party ni munipa omo bre adwuma ma no ni mo ana. Mama fama no ono kra de oye wika ye pe be boaye. On resource nsamanfo na omo ye adwuma no se untimi appreciate omo aye omo masem. But let Sampine understand say Ghana for experience Dumso for 3 to 4 years. Egu dipa bebre nwuma e de ahokyere ne abenedi na beto o manfo so. O manpeni a na ote akonwa so samre no. One more excuses. The visionary nation builder John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. Ojitu mu se how no ewo ho. Even though say na ye aban ahodo na abeba na antu anamo bi na nti ama ye power demand abro supply so. And a car na that energy sector na cripple our utility companies and state-owned enterprises in the power sector. One fa blame beyond Kwankoma Professor Mills or President Kufuor or Nkrumah and I will be or say as a leader, I accept responsibility. You see the Jawa near the Ayede. Until I'll fix it. And Pampa will frack 2016. No, I fix it problem. No. Ama Sam Reno running mate to Mampenyo Kufuado, Alaji Dr. Bagumia Ba, Joy FM. Yebisan say, Dumso waka once and wise Mahama fix it. Problem no. Dumso be any wubim. Ofane say, oh, wa fix it cry and this is a bona basso because on one at the buy. Acceptance say President Mahama fix it. So say of fix it problem no. In Kenya do why you hear your friend generation capacity no. Oma will be cry man boroso. Sika would be to ya a kaiwo energy sector. One ma be a manabro so what 12 billion cedis or no they buy a 3 billion. Transmission lines see or ye won't you ma be ed ye fufro. One ma brand new gas processing factory $1 billion. As they say one casa John Mahama Bresono ye nyanye etuabono na ye depend 100% on the West African gas pipeline gas from Nigeria. Obi say okay. He say one solve some problems we nyina ma. Na wo oba de sefo. Wo san so say nyema de yekọ back to do so. Wo de yekọ Misrim asase so biem dia. Na che say we di your mind aboro. That is unpardonable. That is unacceptable. That cannot be justified. It is a nipe kasa omudika. Because baby ajo bra ye bre wo dum so mu a bra brojo ma ama yi free mu no. Eni sen ka wo san so de yekọ sa Misrim asase no so biem. Don't yes, sir. And let's even assume, say John Mahama Bresson or impose taxes. With all the taxes John Mahama imposed, Ghana ranked 108 on the World Bank's ease of doing business index. And they, wow, be you to a no one move here from taxation to production. We are ranking 118. You are dropping 10 places. It will be in year now, be saying. Oh, yeah, no worse. So there is no basis for equalization. If that is what they are trying to do, to equalize it, to rationalize that, they don't even have any basis to do it. They can't do it. It will be comparing apples with oranges. Na yes, equalization no so kwa na Ghana for yeden petie. The Ghana for penny say ombenya nsupanom. Na galamsey ya ese yensuo. Poison yensuo with mercury. Ebi no munya cancer, ebi munya skin diseases. Shaman in Mputemu because they are dependent on this polluted, contaminated water bodies. Galamsey ya say no.
On Asempa FM.
Enke senebe ya nkeni ebegyina so. Senebe ya yare ne yakwa supitia. Yebenya yarehwe papa, yebenya mpapa deda so. Senebe ya yema ekosuku benya classrooms papa tenetrem, textbooks papa kenkan, exercise books ni nyema omu hia no metimesua de atwa ababa yempanyimpa de aye adwuma aboa omaiga na chichire. Senebe ya adwuma beba, senebe ya sika beba ye botom. Senebe ya yekodwamu a enyema bo be wo fom, ne yesu yetimi ato bibi kakra. Ne yesu ye ne yebusuanfo ya we akokɔ. Yeso yetimi awe nantwinam kakra. Yesu yetimi ato atare ahye. Senebe ya meye adwuma, makatu ye beba na besombo kakra. Na metumi midi kakra. Metimi akora kakra, metimi asave kakra for me dache ne me ma, me yere babusua dache. Enu nti ena ye nyina ye bri. Enya NDC MPP party semo na ye dentia eyo my Ghana nkoso ntia enu nti se Sammy Gyamfi ni NDC for ne aka na mo se muntia se omo lead campaign e from say A+ mo give me some of the names. Yes.
Fix Ghana.
Yes, some of the names. Kali J me boy.
Yeah, guy no ma we any trend.
Yes, Kali J. And then all these socialized celebrities, I've seen most of them. Sports journalists like Gary Al Smith, he's here, me boy. Madame Fopa, Sadiq, Obama, Mitieno. I mean, people like Efia Odomo, other celebrities. Listen to them. There is sense in what they are talking about. If you listen to them and you do something about it, ebeboa omai ni nyinara emfa hone party obi wo. Be se wo se wuntie dia na omai ne boa se konfo boni e wo se omai ne mo no otimu bi boa.
As I mean, onim say one thing a lot of people probably were expecting you to do. Okay, in the midst of the challenges, the certain government approach in ye. Momo see any approach, Papa, or the taxes say by in the midst of way. What is your alternative?
No, it's a no-brainer. If you are excessively taxing your people, what is the alternative? What is the solution? Scrap some of the useless taxes.
And how do you make up for the revenue shortfall?
Expand the tax net. Expand the tax net. That is what you promise. Expand the tax net so that nipa bebreba enter tax in the informal sector. No,
expand it through.
If you employ technology,
yes.
If you do the so-called digitalization, Bawumia claims to have done.
They are doing?
But have they done it? Has it increased revenue? Has it broadened the tax net?
No?
You are taxing the few people in the formal sector. Ya tax you from Nantikojo. Oh, be seen there. Where so be alternatives then? Bola tax eso ni faso. Sa COVID levy we eso ni faso bia. Financial sector clean up tax, useless nuisance tax. Scrap those taxes. So pay bia no. Ghana nsu a say jai galamsey no na munya say mo ankasa mpanyifo mo twa mo ho ye galamsey say nsu. O power eno kra de simple. O jeje esla taxes na. Farmer utility companies, no, farmer ECG, for grid code diamano, for PRC diamano, for VRA diamano, no munya sikanya regular maintenance, o munya sikanyo majuma. E man fidiere say bizarre for alternatives. Me ma alternatives ni bi. Me ma alternatives ni bi. So that they should stop paying lip service to important issues. They should stop the rhetorics and do enyema obobosia enfa ntwa wanu enfa nya consumption. Fire mpuntu nyuma, fasi suku, fasi hospital. Fire nyema te say the na John Muhammad bobosia wo de ye no. Eno na nchirima ba wo benya so mfaso. Na omo so atimi are you capable of paying those debts in the future? Debts. Like Sam Jonah said. Are you asking yourself how they will be able to pay all these huge debts?
Sorry.
When I'm in to Ghana, Nibia the car 10,000 Ghana cedis because of a cow mining in a penyoku for about 2 years. Okay. Nabisa say enchirima ye de saa ka bebrebe we 291 billion eja o menega na ofa ye wet ye sika ye wo nyina na wote ye ka firi mu a ye ka ne nko ano efa ye sika nyina ye wet 76.1%. Bisa se wo mfa so de ben na wanya no wabrabo mu impuntuo ben na wanya no wabrabo mu a justifies as sika ni nyina aban na nya. Let us speak up. Sammy. And I'm happy others are speaking up, and we salute them and we will encourage them. We will not join because we don't want it to be partisan. Let them do their own thing. We MPP ni now person call your partisanship. That is not the place for you. When we say get your trade akon or ya ho hyehyɛ bi just say o person de ne ho ekɔ group ni mu. No. Allow them. We have a voice. Okay. We have platforms for to also express our concerns. Okay. We may not even agree with them on all issues. So let it be that non-partisan organic movement. Almost a force in this country. You betie omu views in policy making and in the governance of this country. Yeah, nesa ebeboa.
Sammy Gyamfi.
Me nyame da se bebre.
My nase. Yamin sha. Ekosiisen suni. Higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Enti me promise we say ebeko 1 hour 30 minutes, but we've done 2 hours. With lawyer Sammy Gyamfi. Yedi dwumadi ni besi. Nyame ya adom ochina